Okay guys, let's just take a moment for all of those non-football fans around the globe suffering during this World Cup. Yeah, that was Benoit Asu-Akoto before the game. Poor lad. It was nice to see some English representation heading into the knockout stages last night. However, Fred was looking a little worried after bumping into HRH earlier that day when the Royal visited a local rehab centre. So who's been the best player at the World Cup so far? Memphis Depay thinks it's this fella. What about you? Let us know in the comments below. And well, this one says it all. Let's hope you never need surgery in Mexico. Welcome to the Guardian World Cup Show News. Give it up for Leroy Fer, the man who once spent 22 grand on a pet horse for his girlfriend before realising she had nowhere to put it. Fer grabbed the headlines once again with his super sub goal as the Dutch top Group B. And whilst we all admired Alexis Sanchez's skills, ITV's Lee Dixon perhaps got a little bit carried away. Daley Blind wasn't so impressed with the skills of the Barcelona man either. Whilst in the post-match mix zone, Louis van Gaal battered away suggestions that Ian Robben thinks he has a golden dick. I don't know, Truss has never said that to me. We're assuming incidentally that Truss is his wife. Elsewhere in the tournament, Ian Beale's Cameroon crashed out. Neymar's hair, rather than his goals, fascinated the Twitter sphere. So if Neymar has the best hair in the World Cup, who has the worst? There's only one man capable of finding out that kind of information. Here's Marek Larwin.
Oh, hi Nat. Here I am in London, and I'm going to find out who the people think has the worst haircut at the World Cup.
I think Dani Alves has changed his hair twice, 3 times since the start of the World Cup, and it's getting more and more worse.
I'm not a fan of Neymar's, to be honest.
Balotelli.
Morales with his beard, you know. I think it's horrible.
A disappointment is Ronaldo.
Balotelli.
Asamoah Gyan shaving the number 3 into the side of his head is a particular amount of hubris there.
Balotelli.
There we have it. Totally pointless. Back to you.
If Neymar got Twitter buzzing, it was the official cult hero of the World Cup so far, Fred, who sent it into meltdown. Having attempted to score in the first half by crawling on the floor and pushing the ball over the line with his nose, he finally got off the mark in true Fred fashion with a goal that looked offside, but the officials gave it to him anyway, presumably just to quieten the deafening media noise screaming for him to be dropped. Miguel Herrera and the Mexican team upped the ante, first by dispatching Croatia to fly into the last 16, and then by nailing the selfie of the tournament so far. Herrera won over neutrals across the globe with his sideline antics, and if you've ever wondered what would happen if an excitable toddler managed an international team at the World Cup, now you know. Spain-Australia saw us all wave goodbye to David Villa, which predictably unleashed the waterworks. It was an ever so touchy-feely game. If we had £1 for every hug, kiss and squeeze witness, we'd have earned as much as Fernando Torres since his last goal. So without further ado, let's get the hug fest started.
We can't play this game anymore, but can we still be friends?
Iker Casillas may have been another of this legendary Spanish team to say goodbye. Pepe Reina was given the nodding goal ahead of Casillas, securing his place in the team, mainly by proving his flexibility. This is his open palm, crouching lotus face. And tonight, England, as mid-90s R&B sensations Boys to Men once said, have got to the end of the road. Though probably they won't be harmonising on street corners and shaking quite yet, with Roy Hodgson starting a young team against Costa Rica that includes Ross Barkley and Man United target Luke Shaw. Vanquisher of England Luis Suarez has piled into the English media once again, citing criticism as an inspiration for his 2-goal killer display against the Three Lions. Yep, that's the same disrespectful English media that named you Footballer of the Year less than 2 months ago. England have been eliminated from the group stage of a World Cup only once before this tournament, back in 1958, but have never recorded nul point. 2 goals so far is their joint worst output at a World Cup finals. Tonight's opponents, Costa Rica, have only conceded 1 goal in the tournament so far, whilst England's disappointing 6% shot conversion rate means they're staring at their worst ever World Cup. Italy have a pass completion rate of 91% at this World Cup. That's the highest of any team competing. Uruguay are averaging, surprise, surprise, 19 fouls a game and are only one of 5 teams to pick up a red card. The ref for this match, Marco Rodriguez, has handed out 51 reds in 79 internationals. So the Uruguayans need to keep their cool against an Azzurri side averaging 58% possession per match. All right, that's it for the news. Coming up in just a couple of hours, we've got Andy Zoltzman in the house, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll let you know when it's in. That's youtube.com/Guardian Football. See you later.